Harley-Davidson is slashing prices like we've never seen before. Today I'm going to tell you the real reason why I believe that they're actually doing this and how this kind of self-inflicted wound started with a strategy they started in 2024. It's not the reason you're probably thinking. And of course, I want to hear your opinion, why you think Harley is actually doing this. But I also want to talk about who could benefit from this situation and some of the pros and cons that could happen if you decide to buy one of these bikes. I just want you to be aware of that as well. So, agree, disagree, let me know your opinion down below. Let's go ahead and jump right in. Now, if you're in the market for a brand new Harley Davidson, there is no better time than right now. And I'm not talking about Harley slashing their prices. I'm talking about the fact that I'm giving one away right here on the channel, and it ends this Friday, May 9th, midnight Pacific Standard Time. This giveaway is getting cut off. And we have come up with the best giveaway yet, a 2021 Street Glide worth $17,000, $18,000 roughly, with a ton of add-ons that you do not have to spend money on. Saddleman seat, upgraded handlebars, lighting, Stage 1, Vance & Hines, full exhaust, some stuff from my buddy at Law Abiding Biker, and more. This thing is totally tricked out for one of you, and it's absolutely clean. I love this motorcycle. I hate to get rid of it, but one of you is really going to enjoy it. Now, I've made this process super simple. I work with Fan of them. They're a small veteran-owned business. I like them. I like what they do, but also we run our giveaways in a shorter time frame. So you might see some giveaways out there. They're like, you know, these crazy, awesome, tricked out bikes. They may have thousands or tens of thousands of entries. So the chances of winning are pretty low. Ours are normally less than 500 with a bike that is equally as awesome. So you have a real chance at winning is what I'm saying here. But what I've done is I've tied it into Hagshot Nation, which is a community that we started with these giveaways last year. So if you like talking to other bikers, chat back and forth with me, send me some video ideas, watch early access, ad-free, and exclusive videos as well. Some live streaming that's coming, and a more personal experience, if you will, and a troll-free zone too, which on the internet, that's kind of hard to find. But if you like talking back and forth with other motorcyclists, and you can watch videos from my other channel as well, it is a fantastic community. So you get 3 months access to that, plus the entry to win the motorcycle. For 49 bucks, I think that's a pretty good value. Support myself as well. So, like I said, May 9th, midnight Pacific Standard Time, this giveaway is getting cut off. Can't wait to see who this next one goes to, and you absolutely have a fantastic shot at being the one to win this motorcycle. Good luck to every single one of you. I saw a guy on Facebook that I watch regularly, Emerald Coast Harley Davidson. I like the guy's personality. Most of you have probably seen him as well. And he was talking about a 2023 bike that he had, brand new. And the pricing that he gave, I was like, is this for real?
Get a good price. Danger Special, $25,000.
I mean, he gave the MSRP, right? He even told Harley Davidson he was sorry for doing that. But they're asking $25,000 for this bike. This is part of the issue that I'm going to tell you about here in just a minute. But that's $10,000, almost $10,000 off of this motorcycle. That's unheard of. This ain't no run-of-the-mill Street Glide either. This is a frickin' 2023 Street Glide ST with the 117, the bronze wheels, the bronze accents. I mean, the bikes just looked incredible. And while my bike is a much better deal, somebody's gonna win it for less than 50 bucks, this one at $10,000 off is incredible. And when you see the strategy that other Harley-Davidson dealers have employed, it's very similar. 35, 4,500, $5,000 off. Now, it seems to be mainly focused on the 2023s. And while there's some cons to that I'm going to tell you about, the freaking Street Glide ST is an incredible motorcycle. I mean, really, just literally a year and a half ago, it was the cream of the crop Harley-Davidson that everybody wanted, besides the CVOs. Now, that MSRP sounded a little higher than what I thought the STs were going for. I've noticed that dealers in my area will do this too. I'm not saying that's the case with this bike, but I really thought they were like 29,000, maybe 30. On Harley's website, that's regular MSRP, but then maybe there's suggested pricing, and some dealers will up the MSRP seemingly. I don't know if this is a really common thing, but that's why I buy bikes from basically Orlando Harley because they've always been straight up with me. And maybe that's part of the problem too, right? Because in 2023, you had a couple of things happen. We had the new design with the new CVOs, which had the 121. Now, it wasn't the high output that we saw just 6 months later in the CVO ST. Now, of course, those were much higher than what you'll find on an ST. I mean, I guess if MSRP is $34,000, $35,000, I guess it's not that big of a jump, but it's still a significant jump in price. The point I'm trying to make here is that when 2023 and a halves came around, you had your specials, your STs, your CVOs, but now you have that brand new design with the CVOs. So now people that are attracted to that new design and want all the latest and greatest, which there's a ton of different features that I've talked about extensively, now have another option in front of them. And then rumors of the new 24 models, the regular 24 models coming in with those same upgraded features, and you didn't have to spend $45,000 on a CVO, made it even more enticing. I think what Harley was thinking, this is just a guess, but I believe that they thought they were going to sell more of these 23s, and they didn't. And so that's why you still see dealerships, a considerable amount of dealerships with 23, 24, and 25 models. Here's part of the problem though. 6 months later, you had a Road and a Street Glide come out with an MSRP of $26,000, $28,500, I guess, if you add on black aesthetics. The bikes came with a 117 with better performance numbers, 4% better torque and maybe 5% better horsepower, something like that. I mean, the numbers were low. I mean, the numbers weren't like, oh my God, this is like way better when it comes to performance, but still upgraded screen, new fairing design, new saddlebag design, a lot of new stuff on these bikes, and yet they come in, on this specific example, $6,000 cheaper than what you could buy an older model for. So unless you just weren't a fan of that new fairing design, whether it's on the Road or the Street Glide, you were getting a superior motorcycle for $6,000 less than what you could buy an ST, which was the banger of that generation. So now we catch up to 2025. Harley Davidson obviously has been in a downfall. There's a lot of negative stuff that's happened over the past year. I think that whole idea of trying to get a bunch of 24s out there, drop the price because you know people are going to be skeptical about the new technology, right? And then you sell a bunch of the 24s, maybe not as many as they thought because of other things that happened last year, but now the 25s roll in. So the 25s are $2,000 higher. Throwing a lot of numbers out here, but essentially you had 23s at, let's just say, $34,000. The 24s at $26,000. The 25s starting at $28,000. Now, it's a whole lot of, what the hell's going on, Harley? Which way are we going here? Are we dropping prices? Are we increasing them? And so I think a lot of buyers were kind of like, I don't know which option to go with now. And then you have an influx of these 23s, which are sitting there next to your brand new models for way more than what they actually should be priced at. Now dealers, of course, are feeling it. So with leadership changes comes uncertainty, of course. Tariffs is causing uncertainty. Lack of entry-level motorcycles is, in my opinion, causing a huge decrease in their potential sales. And so now it's like, okay, well, we have these bikes sitting on dealer lots. Let's give them an incentive to buy them. And of course, you got to couple that with HFDS, which finances 60% of their motorcycles. So I've seen some APRs out there at like 1.99%, right, to get people to buy these 23s. Now, who can actually benefit from this? Well, people that are not interested in the new fairing design at all. They don't care about the new tech, but they want the latest and greatest from the last generation. You guys are actually going to win here. Now, keep in mind that if you buy one of these bikes and it's 25 grand, just using the example from Emerald Coast Harley, you're probably going to see a decrease in your resale value. So it's probably going to be a bike you want to keep for at least 2 to 3 years would be my guess. but now people may see, hey, this is actually what I believe the bike is worth, so now I'm going to purchase that. So decrease in your trade-in value down the road, for sure. That's something I would automatically expect because it comes with all the less technology. It's not as up to date as the 24 and 25 models. Then we could talk about every single change, but you have half the screen size. You have a heavier motorcycle technically, but then again, you have an entire aftermarket world. Options are definitely available to you if you buy one of these bikes. So Harley definitely hurt themselves, I think, with the whole pricing influx from 23, the change in 23.5, the major change to all the bikes in 24, the price increase in 25, and plus consumers at this point right now don't have a ton of confidence in the market. But if you're in a position and you like that older model, if dealers aren't giving you a significant amount off, make sure that you shop around and you go somewhere that will, because I can promise you right now, if you want to buy a 23 motorcycle, 2023 Harley anyways, you should be receiving a significant discount. And so that's a good thing, man. If it increases Harley sales and they get back on track a little bit from this strategy, I'm all about it. But offering interest rates at a lower percentage as well will be crucial too. And hey, these bikes are 2023 models, but they basically have 0 miles. They're brand new, just sitting there. That's my opinion. I'd love to hear yours. Let me know what you think down below. If you like what I do, consider subscribing. See you in the next one. And as always, hold it down.